couple years ago, I was in a hospital. I had a gallbladder attack and had to get my gallbladder removed, and so it was a big ordeal. I was in the hospital like 10 days, and so while I was there, I started going through YouTube, and I was looking at the normals like trail recon and stuff, and then all of a sudden, I run across this guy's channel, The Story Till Now, and I just enjoyed it from the very beginning because he beat the crap out of his vehicle, which most guys are all worried about it, but he was hitting it hard in Canada, and so that got me into looking at the Gladiators and the other vehicles, and I started thinking, well, you know what, maybe I'll get one, and I ended up getting one, and then I guess the rest is history for me because I started overlanding, really getting into it because of guys like Sean, right? Yeah, Sean, and some of the other guys that are on YouTube. So that it was a great time waster for me watching what these guys are doing, because you're sitting there in a bed and you can't move, and you're all bandaged up and stuff, and so it was a good time, and I thank you for it, by the way.
Thanks for watching. I appreciate it.
Yeah, you bet, man.
Can I take a photo of you guys?
All right, sure.
1 sec. Got it.
We're in Moab, and there's been one thing on my mind since we rolled in here, and that's putting the trail wrecker on top of the world. Let's do it. I don't know if I'm gonna make it up this one. It's really high. So far, so good. Oh, nope. Not good. Take a quick assessment. Stay here.
Stayed?
Stay.
Okay. So yeah, it's day 8. We're going through very hard rocks, and I'm trying to get some of the recording inside the cabin so you can see how much it's shaking, but it's a little bit difficult. So,
Good to go a little bit different way. Hang on. All right, a little bit to the left.
your camera is fine?
Yeah. That hole is just a little bit too big for us. I'll try this one. Not good, not good, not good. Okay, nope. pushing the rock. All right, we're going the easy way. Here, then I'm gonna vlog a bit, and then we're gonna get out of here. Everyone knows this spot. It's iconic in the four-wheel drive world. Everyone has this picture when they get here. It's the first thing I wanted to do when we got to Moab. Moab, we're here. I need to talk to these guys here. The place is super busy. Not gonna be able to do anything. It's not dripping, so I think it's okay. This is like a super slow leak. I can't figure out where it's leaking from. No shops are open, so that's not getting fixed. So we'll just manage with what we got. Just going to find somewhere to chill for a bit while we wait to hear from Peter, and then we'll figure it out from there.
Sean, small recap, what happened today?
What happened today? We got up. I discovered that my brake line is leaking. It's Saturday. All the shops in Moab are closed on Saturday. I don't really feel like jacking up the truck and messing with brake lines and brake bleeding in a parking lot. This is a very slow leak, so I just bought a bottle of brake fluid and some vice grips in case we need them. Now, we're on a patio. We're waiting for the Epic Family road trip to get here.
You know, we used to live in a big house and have the cars and all the stuff that I guess people call success.
Just pulled into this campground. We've linked up with the Epic Family road trip again for a few days. Gonna go do some adventuring.
We found it was driving us apart from each other. And it seemed like we never had time to get together.
Separated into two beds.
Rooms, so the kids could be editing or we could.
Yeah. So if you guys don't already know, Pete and his brother Dan have started their own spin-off YouTube channel.
Our kids were growing up and there's so many distractions in normal life.
Have you done that before?
Nope. Never done it before.
Any danger of rolling?
Yep, lots of danger.
I was going to work and my wife would go to the gym and the kids are going out with their friends or going to school and we never saw each other as a family. So we thought if we simplify everything and live simple and just go on an adventure together, then we'll be able to use our time better as a family because, you know, they were just becoming teenagers and And we see with so many families that time goes so fast and then they're gone. So. We didn't want to look back at life and say, I wish we had done it. We wanted to look back and say, I can't believe we did that.
Family here, so the son, daughter, sons, husband, wife. They've been on the road for what, 4, 5,
6 years.
6 years.
Wow.
And it started with like the trip to New Zealand.
Yeah.
Started, they were like, oh, we're just gonna go on a trip, and then they started on a trip, and the kids were like, why are we gonna do anything else? Family sold everything. Those are their 2 Jeeps, and they just go all over the planet. It's awesome. I love watching. Y'all have inspired us to want to go do Canada and want to go do everything. And so slowly we've had that for about a year, building it up to where it's at a point to where we can just get off the grid and never get back on.
It's looking good. You guys are.
You're from Texas?
Yeah, we're from Houston.
Right on.
Yeah.
And so Sean lives in Vancouver.
Yeah.
Close to Vancouver, yeah.
Okay, so that's his Gladiator over there.
Nice.
So he used to have a different truck, and then he had a Jeep, and then he got this one, and that thing is built to the nines.
We do a lot of
Hey,
YouTube.
look, so when do your videos come out? Mondays?
Yeah.
So his videos come out on YouTube, and it's like today, and it's his production value is beautiful. It's like today we're gonna go on this adventure. There's a mountain, and then it's the show of the mountain. And then it's like, and I don't know what's gonna happen, and it's the show of the mountain behind the clouds. And then it's just them going out, and it's beautiful. He's got a jet ski, so he's like, I got the Gladiator. I'm pulling the jet ski. The helicopter's in the back. And it's like, because where we're going, we don't need roads.
Yeah.
And it's amazing, because if anything, it shows you this is all you need to like go out and enjoy everything.
Oh yeah.
So
And
their,
so thank
their
you.
Jeep.
Oh man. Yes, I have one of your stickers.
Yeah.
And it's right here on my other Yeti.
Cool. Right on, man. Appreciate it.
Can you put that on?
Yeah.
Did you have a picture already?
Yeah, we're gonna take a picture. Maybe I'll get you to take one on my phone for me.
Yeah. I can multitask.
Which one do we look at first?
Just cheese. That's it.
Cheese.
How did the journey start? Peter was actually at a business conference, and one of the ladies that was teaching the class asked him if he could write down a goal that he had, and he wrote down all his business goals and stuff like that. And she came up and tapped him on the shoulder and said, no, I'm talking about personal goals, family goals. And he was like, oh wow, I haven't thought of that. I was just so focused on the business. And he wrote down a 3-month trip around North America. Within 5 years. That little post-it set on the mirror in our bathroom for about 8 years. A 3-month trip. We went on it. We looked at each other and said, do we want to stop? No. So we just packed up and went again. So here we are, going into our 7th year. Be safe.
Be safe.
All right.
In a house which becomes a home, one hands down, another takes up. The heritage of mind and heart, laughter and tears, musings and deeds. Love like a carefully loaded ship crosses the gulf between the generations. Therefore, we do not neglect the ceremonies of our passage. When we wed, when we die, and when we are blessed with a child. When we depart and when we return, when we plant and when we harvest. Let us bring up our children. It is not the place of some official to hand to them their heritage. If others impart to our children our knowledge and ideals, they will lose all of us that is wordless and full of wonder. Let us build memories in our children, lest they drag our joyless lives, lest they allow treasures to be lost because they have not been given the keys. We live not by things, but by the meanings of things. It is needful to transmit the passwords from generation to generation.
after a couple of years, we sold the house. Initially, we had the house sitting there, but we wanted to keep going and didn't want to be burdened down with anything, so we sold the house, invested the money, and we already owned a Jeep, and then we just kept going and built the YouTube business on the side.
Our parents always had a motto: work, play, care. Obviously, work is one of the most important things. If you don't work for something, you won't value it. And then play, obviously, we're playing all the time. This is the best lifestyle for that sort of thing, doing whatever sports you want to do around the world. And then care, we always try and leave places that we visit better than when we first came.
We're continuing video number 7, which is probably going to be the last video in this trip. Good, ended off strong. We're going to an epic camp spot. We're going to go to the location where an epic movie scene was filmed and recreated.
I'm tired. I think I'll go home.
And we're going to go home.
Do you miss home?
I do. A lot.
First started, since I was just getting into grade 9, like the start of high school, we actually all got on an online curriculum that was based in the country we're from, Ontario, Canada. And that made it really easy to do school while on the road, because we could just go on our laptops and then connect virtually with teachers and other students and everything. So we didn't really miss that school. We still had the exact same curriculum we would have got in a regular brick and mortar place, but we got to experience the world while doing it.
So many people ask us, like, we have trouble since we don't get to see our friends a lot and we're always on the road moving around. But our friend circle has just expanded since we've started traveling. We've made friends all across the world, and then even when we're revisiting places, we get to meet up with those friends a lot. And then just going out camping with friends like we are right now.
I think everything about this lifestyle is a lot more challenging. For me, one of the things that I've learned is that adventure is an attitude, and attitude is the difference between an adventure and an ordeal. So the way that you approach things definitely makes a huge difference.
Hey, Ellie, what are you doing? You know what's better than JoJo? Daddy. When I was very young, I ran a very popular website, and I sold it for a large amount of money, and I had a contract to continue to run that website for a certain amount of time. But ultimately, I got so distracted with, I mean, I was very young at the time. I was like 18, 19 years old. You know, I got distracted by money and having fun with friends, and I stopped working hard. And I stopped trying to achieve success. I was like, oh, I've already got success. No, I didn't have success. I had like the very, I was at the very beginning, and I dropped the ball and it all went away.
These guys always make me feel like I'm a part of their family, which is really nice. They're some of the nicest people you could possibly meet out here doing what we do. So.
You are part of the family, and welcome back anytime, and hopefully we can hit some more trails together in the near future.
Absolutely, we will.
Yeah,
Guys.
thanks, David.
Yeah, it's nice.
Good to know you guys.
Yep.
Good to know you.
It was nice
You're
meeting you,
awesome.
David.
Yeah.
Very inspiring. So.
And I ended up working like terrible jobs in call centers and stuff just to pay off my debts, because I didn't follow through. That won't happen again. I'll never take my foot off the gas. Keep pushing forward. My primary goal is just to have success with my YouTube channel and be able to do this and have financial freedom. And then my future goals or aspirations are I want to make a real movie. I want to make a documentary about something when I find the right subject, and then I want to make an actual movie, like a scripted movie, at some point in the future, not right now, but when I'm ready for that.
What do you desire? What would you like to do if money were no object? How would you really enjoy spending your life? When we finally got down to something which the individual says he really wants to do, I will say to him, you do that. And forget the money. Because if you say that getting the money is the most important thing, you will spend your life completely wasting your time. You'll be doing things you don't like doing in order to go on living, that is, to go on doing things you don't like doing, which is stupid.
Ellie. Hi. Hi. Ellie. Hi. Hi.
Better to have a short life that is full of what you like doing than a long life spent in a miserable way.
Where the roads end is where my adventures usually begin.